going to practice listening. Okay, we're going to practice listening, and we're also going to learn some new words. We're going to learn about shapes as well as prepositions. Okay, so in this video, you will also get to do a listening activity, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a moment. So first, we are going to learn shapes, and these are some examples of shapes. Then we are going to learn about prepositions. You might be wondering, what is a preposition? Well, a preposition is a short word like on, above, below. And after that, we're going to do a listening activity where you're going to listen to me describe shapes and prepositions. For the listening activity, you will need two things: a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. This is an active video, so you will actually be doing something while watching. Okay, so let's get started on shapes. So I have here some major shapes in English. We have a triangle. We have a circle, square, a heart, and this one is a star. In our listening activity later, you will be drawing a triangle, a circle, a square, a heart, and a star. Okay, so these are the words we will be using in this video. We will also be using some prepositions. So a preposition is a short word that shows the relationship between two things. So that's confusing to a lot of students. An easier way I like to think about prepositions is they can describe where something is. Okay, so they often answer the question of where. So, for example, I have here our triangle and our circle, and I have the preposition on. So if we look at this, I could say there is a triangle on a circle. So there is a triangle on a circle. So we will be using the preposition on later in our listening activity. We also have inside. There is a triangle inside a circle. Another preposition is outside. We can say there is a triangle outside the circle. So here the triangle is inside, whereas here the triangle is outside. So these are very common prepositions we use when describing where something is. Okay, we also have above. So above is a little bit different than on. If you notice the circle, the triangle is on the circle, meaning it's touching. Whereas when we're looking at above, it can be touching, but it can also be just above. So it can touch, or it can also just be above. So for example, we have a triangle above a circle. Okay, now we have below and under, two more common prepositions, which we usually use in the same way. So we have here the circle. We can say there is a circle, or actually we can say there is a triangle below the circle, or there is a triangle under the circle. Okay, and now we have to the right. We can say there is a triangle to the right of the circle. So notice how they're beside. This side is to the right, whereas this side is to the left. So if we look at the triangle is beside the circle, and it's also to the right of the circle. Now compare this to the left. We have a triangle and a circle, and we can say the triangle now is to the left of the circle. Okay, so these two are opposites, to the right and to the left. So these pictures help you understand these prepositions which answer the question of where. So again, we have on, inside, outside, above, below, under, to the right, and to the left. Okay, Now, for the listening activity we are about to do, there are 3 more expressions that you will need. You will need to know in the center. Okay, so if I'm looking at this board, about here is in the center. Okay, so I can say my finger is in the center of the board. I can also say about corners. We have a corner, another corner, and another corner. Okay, so those are called corners. If I'm looking at my piece of paper from earlier, we have a corner here, a corner here, a corner here, and a corner here. So what I can say is, if I ask you to draw something, I might tell you to draw something in the top corner, which might be here. Maybe I'll say the top right corner, the top left corner, the bottom right corner, and the bottom left corner. Okay, so these are the expressions we will be using in today's listening activity. So again, take a moment to really get to know the shapes, because you will be listening for them in a second, as well as the prepositions. You might want to watch this part a couple of times until you're comfortable with these words, and then do our following listening activity. Okay? Once you have become comfortable with these words, take out your piece of paper and your pen or pencil, and we will begin listening. Okay, so you need a piece of paper. This is my piece of paper. Okay, so you will have your piece of paper and your pencil ready to go. I am going to say a sentence, and you are going to draw what I say. So I will be talking about shapes and prepositions, and you need to draw what you hear. Okay? So for example, if I say, there is a circle in the center of the page. There is a circle in the center of the page. What do? You take your pencil and you draw a circle in the center of the page. Okay, I'll give one more example and then we will get started. Now imagine if next I say, there is a square under the circle. There is a square under the circle. What would you do? Well, you take your pencil and you would draw a square. And it's okay if you're not a good artist. Maybe your square kind of looks, not so nice, but that's okay. This is a listening activity, not an art activity. Okay, so let's get started. So I want you to continue. I will say some more instructions and you draw what you hear. Okay? So inside the square, there is a star. Inside the square, there is a star. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to draw. At the very end, I will show you my picture and we will compare to see if it is the same or different. Okay, so keep drawing my instructions. So one more time. Inside the square, there is a star. Okay, the next instruction. I want you to look at the circle. Above the circle, there is a triangle. Above the circle, there is a triangle. To the left of the triangle, there is a circle. Okay, so you should be drawing some more. To the left of the triangle, there is a circle. All right, next instructions. In the top right corner of the paper, there is a square. In the top right corner of the paper, there is a square. Okay, I'll give you a couple seconds to draw that. So there is a square in the top right corner. All right, next instructions. Inside the square, there is a heart. Inside the square, there is a heart. All right, so not too many more instructions to go. The next instructions are, in the bottom left corner of the paper, there is a triangle. In the bottom left corner of the paper, there is a triangle. Okay, so the next instructions. There is a square on the triangle. There is a square on the triangle. Okay,